Here's a nuanced point about society that you've never thought about. All right, so anytime that you're making a statement, or let's say you're making a TikTok video, or you're putting yourself out there into the world and you're asserting, some belief, or you're trying to teach somebody else, for example, like me with dating advice. Anytime you do this, you're going to get flack back, right? You're going to get comments that sort of seem to be disparaging the things that you're saying. You're going to get comments that are resisting the truth of what you're saying. You're going to get what seems to be, flack. Now, we all kind of already know that haters, have their own struggles, and we shouldn't really take their comments too seriously, but you may not have thought about this, which is that when you're getting negative comments or feedback to the things that you're saying out in the world, it's not just the fact that people are hating on your stuff just because they have, their own shitty lives. It's also because they're subconsciously trying to teach themselves something they don't know. For example, if I'm a dating coach and I seem to be reasonably intelligent and I'm articulating myself in a decent way, it's funny that I just started on the word articulating, but if I seem to be articulating myself in a decent way, but then I say something that's triggering to an individual, by them resisting what I'm saying and maybe trying to assert the opposite in the comments, they get the chance to calibrate to whatever the difference is of what I say and what they just said based upon how I respond to their negative comment. For example, if I put out a video that says, hey, if you're in a relationship with a girl and she pulls back and you pull back too, you can actually reattract her, and then some guy comes in the comments and is like, well, good riddance. Depending on how I respond to that, if I come back and say, well, yeah, I actually reattracted an ex like this, and yeah, it is true that, she's an ex for a reason, all this kind of thing, but these methods actually work, that gives that person that said, well, good riddance, and just did this little kind of, prompt comment, that gives them the chance to open their mind to the fact that you can actually reattract someone or attract someone with your actions, just by virtue of the way that I responded to their comment. And I think we all do this in our lives. Watch yourself. Next time somebody says something that you disagree with, you may not necessarily be certain of your position, okay? But you might resist it because it doesn't necessarily ring true to you just yet, but you think there might be something to it. So you'll say something to the opposite extent to see how they respond to you, because maybe you just might learn something. And this is how we are as humans. We have an existing map of the world, and we just go off of whatever the best explanation of whatever it is that we believe until a better belief presents itself. And I think sometimes we're antagonistic with others who have an opposite belief as we do, subconsciously, because we're trying to see if we can get them to teach us something.